Storm Dragon. Spirit Thief. Legendary Strike. My body is Ice Shard. Storm Dragon. Spirit Thief. Resist me. Storm Dragon. Resist me.
Have you seen anyone matching the description? The Lotus Assassins are getting impatient.
They were very vague and wouldn't answer my questions. Are they even sure of who they are looking for?
Does it matter? Death's Hand himself seeks this one. Do you need any more incentive than that? Just question everyone. This person apparently caused a lot of damage in the south. Here, what about this one? At least it's a man, like they said. You, identify yourself.
By order of the Emperor and the Lotus Assassins, state your name and purpose for being in the Imperial City.
We are questioning everyone who has arrived in the city recently. You bear a resemblance to someone we are looking for.
I don't know. The shaved head and impressive build are similar. It's not enough to...
We could hold him anyway. It's not a good match, but the Lotus Assassins would leave us be for a few days while they question him.
Is there a problem here, Captain? Well, is there?
No, Princess Leanne. We were questioning this traveler by order of the Lotus Assassins.
There is no need to pursue this questioning any further. You may go.
My apologies, Princess, but I was ordered to detain anyone even vaguely matching.
Captain, this man is here on a personal matter of mine that does not concern you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Princess Leanne.
Then unless you wish to be transferred to the wall, you will leave and continue your search. Well, we meet again. I've watched your progress. It seems I underestimated you in Tian's Landing. I have no doubt that you will make as much of an impact on the Imperial City. I understand. Our last meeting was under interesting circumstances. You may address me as Princess Leanne, the Heavenly Lily. It is, as you can see, customary to bow in my presence. Somehow I did not expect you to kowtow so quickly. Or maybe I just hoped you wouldn't. I get so tired. That is why I often travel without official escort, and occasionally present myself as someone less bridled by the rules of the court. You understand why I don't go into detail here in the street, don't you? With what I have to tell you, I don't want to lose that option of disguise. Not here. I trust my personal assistants to keep their tongues, but this matter is best discussed in private. I will not speak the location aloud. Take this note. We will meet nearby, but I must have a moment to acquire more fitting attire. That is quite enough. We will continue this at a later time. We both have questions that we will need answered. I am certain that my entourage would prefer that this take place in private. Your gruff nature is a bit too much for them. I'm sure they are heartfelt. Get up, you lot. I'll be embarrassed for myself, thank you. Save your false modesty for my father's court. Don't be too long. My message concerns your master, and time is very important.
It would not have been proper for her to award it to you herself, but Princess Sunlian requests that you accept this gift. She looks forward to your next meeting.
All right, we're finally here. We are in the Imperial City. Hey guys, welcome back to Jade Empire. Let's chat with the people
I trust your
and see what
plans
they
go
got to
well,
say.
despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for... They are as powerful as fear allows them to be. Not the specific information you are looking for, I'm sure, but you did ask about my feelings. If their tactics have not changed, everyone fears them as children fear the shadows, never knowing what might come.
They are not outlaws. Their orders come from Death's Hand, and he is the will of the Emperor. At least, that is how it was meant to be. Pardon my outburst. Every act of the assassins has the approval of the Emperor. We were supposed to reflect his glory. That is why some actions should never have been ordered.
The Lotus Assassins were once the Order of the Lotus under Prince Ken, spiritual advisor to the Emperor. During and after the attack on Dirge, changes were made. As flames seared the sky, enemies of the Emperor faced a new threat, Death's Hand. He assumed command of our order, and we began silencing people. Some were killed only to serve as warnings. Others had done nothing except be near his enemies. I am no stranger to death. That alone is not enough to disturb me, but I see only weakness in targeting innocents, peripheral to the real enemy. Weakness suggests losing the right to rule. Can you see how that shook my faith in the Empire? You seem to see why I had concerns. Perhaps you might understand. I have not said everything, and I have not yet decided if I will. But I see something in you that may set things right. We will see. Goodbye.
Always. I haven't been to the Imperial City in a while. I traveled here some time ago in my hunt for Gao. In fact, this is where the hunt began. I've come full circle, and I think it's time to let go of the past and look forward. We have exciting things ahead of us. There's no point in... In my heart, I know my daughter rests as easily as any spirit now. If I could go back, I don't know if I would. I'm a different man now, and while I treasure the past, I look forward to the future with the same warmth. Besides seeing what trouble you get yourself into next, you mean? I'm excited to be back in the city. It feels like we're one step closer to our goal, but you know that better than anyone. You brought us to this point after all. How do you manage that kind of humility? Some sort of special training? And there you have it. A simple answer is usually the best. Regardless, we have an empire to shake up. Let's go see how much trouble we can cause. Of course.
I can't believe my luck. I arrive home after being lost, only to find that my wife has gone off to visit relatives. No, you misunderstand me. My wife, she's not here. I thought I was as good as dead. Now my execution is delayed. Until her eventual return, of course. As you say.
The Imperial City. I'd always heard how impressive it was. The stories didn't do it justice. This is all so much to absorb. I would appreciate your counsel if you have time to speak privately. I don't mean to distract you. I just wanted someone familiar around me for a moment, if only to reassure me that we are still in the Empire I thought I knew. I have long dreamed of reaching the Imperial City, but now that I have, under these circumstances, I am more overwhelmed than ever. But that's what is bothering me. We can't be a long way from home because our home is gone. I can no longer say that what I see is strange or foreign because I have lost what I would have compared it to. I am the one out of place now. I would like that, to know you will be there no matter what. I've never had that stability, at least not before joining the school. I was watched, studied. If someone's ox died within a season of me bumping my head, it was somehow my fault, and I was treated like a pariah. How do you deal with being able to sense the spirit world when people make such absurd conclusions? I cannot change who I am, I know. Perhaps I just have to let all of that go. It will not be easy. We should continue this discussion later. The Imperial City. I never dreamed I would reach it. Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it.
What? Well, the city has everything you could ever want. Fighting, money, wine, and with something else that people like, but I can't quite remember what it is. Oh, well, I'm sure it'll come to me once I've had a few bowls of wine. Let's get something to wet our tongue. Women! That's the one I forgot. I must be getting sober if I'm forgetting that one. Whatever.
What a wondrous flyer you have. You don't see any of that design about the city. Allow me to officially welcome you to the Imperial City. It would be an honor to say that I aided someone who was greeted by Princess Sun Lian herself. There are several districts within easy walking distance. This area is the market district, and it is filled with all sorts of merchants and traffic. If you cross the waterway and turn left, you will soon come to the Gate of the Golden Way, a rich and luxurious place. The Golden Way is connected to both the Scholar's Garden at its far end and the Necropolis, though no one would venture into those burial grounds without good reason. The Scholar's Garden is a wonder to behold. It is decorated with rocks taken from the Valley of Sprightly Stones. The finest minds in the Empire congregate in the garden. If you have a taste for history, the Necropolis is accessible from the Golden Way as well. A city of the dead, the Necropolis is filled with tombs of rich and poor alike. Was there something? I know many people in the city, but I'm sorry, I can't say I know anyone by that name. Happily. A pleasure to be of service.
All right, so let's explore the city a little bit. See what's around here. I'll get to the gardens in a moment. Nice, quite nice here. Gate to the Imperial Arena. Let me see if anything's over here. Doesn't look like it. All right, into the arena we go then.
That's why my men brought you to me. I wanted to finish this personally.
But
Don't even try to make this better. You should have won that fight, Zhang, but you suddenly developed that blind spot, didn't you? Did the glint of silver get in your eye?
Joe, honestly,
You needed something for to witness one?
Yes, I need to speak with you in private. It seems Warrior Zhang has decided to retire.
I'm finished here. If you're here to fight, do what they tell you. You couldn't see for yourself? Guess my spot in the roster is yours if you want it. Go find Kui the promoter if you think you can fill my shoes. He's always upstairs in the third room over or so, and looking for new blood. I'm taking what I have left from my winnings and leaving.
Welcome! I'm known as Thunderous Tauren, and you are my most honored customer right now. You look like a warrior to my eye, The man to see is named Kui the Promoter. Might even be looking for a new body to fill out the roster. Stop by again. Miniature
If
All right,
this
the
place
Lucky
is still
Cho.
looking to collect what I owe them, there could be trouble.
Looks like he was a bit of a dangerous individual. All right, let's see what else is around here.
Intolerable. One more mistake, Kui, and I'll have you retired. Finding someone else is your problem. But enough! Find a solution and leave me alone.
This is not... Wait a moment. You have the look of a fighter about you. Those hands, that stance, even your eyes. I'd know that look anywhere. You must be here to join the most glorious contest in the Empire. Isn't it fortunate that Lucky Cho and I were just discussing how this place needs an M-fusion of new blood?
This place can chew you up and spit you out. Or so I'm told. The drinks are the best in the Empire, though.
Come with me a moment and we'll engagitate in some dissertation about the best decision you'll ever make. This is turning out to be an excellent day, most ostentatious indeed. I apologize if I'm using words beyond your grasp. Very few people can match either the supply or the command of my language. Strong build, good shoulders, not half bad looking either. You've got what it takes to make it in today's arena. The question is, can you fight? Are you worthy of the arena? I say the answer is a clarion and resounding yes. I may not have heard your name before, but you walk like one who has seen many battles. You are indeed mysterious, stranger. What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits. Here you fight for silver. Glory is yours for the taking if you value it. The rewards start small, but in the gold division, you could easily retire on your winnings. In fact, our last champion, Raging Ox, did just that. Suddenly up and left to enjoy his winnings, clearing the way for the Ravager to take his place. You'll start low and advance on my say-so, but I can already tell you're going to expel in this place. You'll not languish in the qualifier. Do you have any idea how much? Wards and spells have protected fighters in this place since its construction. It's been easily 20 years since they failed. It was a dark day. My predecessor lost several good men when the spells failed during an event he'd ironically dubbed the Feast of the Ogres. I'm no sorcerer, but I suppose it could happen. Still, any magically inclined person would notice something like that. Even if someone removed them, the protections would reweave themselves automatically in time. That's the spirit of the thing. Right, but it won't sell. Not at all. Think of something that would sound engaging, ringing down from the rafters. Raging Dragon, huh? Sounds fast and powerful. I like it. Are you pop? Then that is what you shall have. Since you're new, you'll start in the qualifying rounds. One other thing, you should talk to the other fighters now and then.
We're all one big happy family.
You're a big happy idiot, Han.
As you can see, they always have something to say. For your first match, we'll start you off against a mighty ogre. I'll be watching your style closely to see how you fare. Impress me, and I'll take you to the top. Even our great champions start out against the ogre. Take Raging Ox, who danced around the beast singing drunkenly to earn the crowd's favor, or the Ravager, who defeated him in a single blow. I should take a moment and explain the system we use here. I like to keep things simple and organized. Any other way, and things get more convoluted than the celestial court on the Emperor's birthday. When you're ready for your match, ask me about it, and I'll give you a quick summary of your opponent. Various enchantments woven in this place keep the fights from being deadly, but they're no less real. Are you... Excellent.
A new warrior does battle with the beast.
Alright, this looks like it's one of the first of many fights I'm going to do, so this should be fun. A little bit extra fighting never hurts anyone. Should be pretty straightforward, I feel.
Ice show. Legendary strike.
That was an impressive beginning. You've caught the eyes of the other fighters.
That really was a fantastic bout.
Beating the ogre's nothing special.
Sometimes you don't even need to ask. Since you held your own against the ogre, I've got 4 boys from some school west of the city who've been bothering me for some tougher men. It'll wow the crowd and teach them a lesson at the same time. Excellent. Follow me and...
4 students test their skills against 1 master. Storm Dragon. Spirit Beam. Legendary strike.
Those boys won't be back anytime soon. Losing as a group to one opponent would shame a peasant, let alone a student of the martial arts. The crowd's starting to catch on to you. Have you noticed? People like you, and now I'm going to make sure they pay attention. I'm going to have a roughly hewn statue hauled into the ring. I want you to disconstructulate it. Destroy the statue quickly enough, and I'll give you a shot at hapless Han. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Unyielding stone meets the press of time.
Excellent work. You have bested time itself in destroying that statue. No mean feat, I assure you. I think you're ready to face hapless Han. Show me you're ready for the big time, and I'll make sure you don't have to dance with the children anymore. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me, and we'll get you ready for your next match.
A chance to leave the qualifying division as Raging Dragon faces Hapless Han.
Storm Dragon. Spirit Thief. Legendary Strike. Ice Shard.
You dealt with Han very well.
Kui, that will be enough. I bring you a message from my employer, Kailan the Serpent. He is impressed with how far you have come in such a short while. The Serpent wants you to know that he is watching your progress very closely. He is most interested to see how you fare in the Bronze Division. Kui, you may breathe again. That is all I had to say.
Well, that was good, I think.
You think? That was great. Anyway.
Lucky Cho is a thug, pure and simple, but he's very good at what he does. He's also a member of the guild and reports directly to Kailan. Kailan oversees things here in the arena, and the guild ensures that the authorities leave us in peace. He has a distinct interest in the proceedings here. He retired some time ago, even before Raging Ox, who was the champion before the Ravager. Kailan couldn't leave the arena alone, though. He has become a very important man here with the help of a group called the Guild. The Guild is the organization that controls all of the betting in this place. That gives them considerable sway. It is good that they are happy with your progress. Between us, the Guild is also involved in more illicit activities. They are very sensitive about remaining an open secret. Many know about them, but few acknowledge that fact. Right now is a particularly dangerous time, as one of the leaders of the Guild has recently been inhumed. Kailan sees this as an opportunity. A wise decision. Very wise. For the sake of your career, I suggest that you limit any questions you have to your fellow fighters.
Well done! That fight was much better than this wine. With all the pure water pouring from the palace, you'd think they might have learned how to make wine that didn't taste like goat piss.
Black Whirlwind, that is you. Are you back to...
No, just here visiting, and making sure nothing happens to your newest fighter.
So you won't be...
No, leave it alone, Kui. You know better than to bring this up. Just mind your business, promoter, and I'll mind mine.
You travel in curious company. Regardless, when you're ready, come talk. I know him, yes, but I know better than to contravigate his wishes. If you want to talk about it, ask him. I'm staying out of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare for your entry into the Bronze Division. It will take me a bit of time before you'll be ready for your next fight. You should talk to the other fighters here. They've been watching you and are getting nervous. It's just a matter of preparing the proper documents. Why don't you kill the time by making your way out into the city? See the sights. Maybe visit the Golden Way or the Scholar's Garden. Actually, that reminds me. A woman was here watching your fight against hapless Han, dressed all in black and veiled. She seemed impressed with your preference. Just before she left, she told me to tell my new fighter that she was still waiting to see you. She said you'd know where. Sounds like quite the invitation.
Thawir nis tu kuiruk. Ayer fun. Sawir irwu nisir tin. Laka wo nawir sawir sonsinoka uk napir. Wo you.
Looks like I'm gonna have to speak with Black Whirlwind at some point.
You look a shade better than the usual cowardly dogs we get through here. So you've earned the Iron Soldier's the name, though everyone just calls me Soldier. You ground the hapless one beneath your feet like everyone else does, huh? Then again, watching Han stumble to Dr. On every time he tries to handle the real Bronze Division fights is one of the most entertaining things about this place. Good.
Wuwuwir wakwakir fonir. Kwanak apiyir. Kwanaruk tatisir. Utarawi ir. Kukitir. Kop awuka ir.
Many.
You deserve it.
Crimson Kana is the champion. Your next fight? Besides, didn't you...
Alright, so while I'm waiting for the next rounds to happen, might as well go find Silk Fox or Princess Leon and talk with her then.
Hold on there. This way lead. Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the Necropolis that it just isn't safe anymore. It would take an army of us to... We just warn people away. The Lotus Assassins want everyone kept away as well. First time I've heard of them being altruistic. Bad. Real bad. Monks used to go in every few weeks to clean out the ones who had risen. But lately it's become too much for them to handle. You look like a warrior. I'm sure you know that even if you disperse a ghost in combat, they reform again eventually. It takes a long time, but it's inevitable. Leave the dead to their own is what I say. Just block the whole place off and start again somewhere else. Stay away from...
That place is somewhere that I probably want to go later on. Make a note of that in my head.
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth. Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality. Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go. The outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the Emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe. But that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus Assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them. That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many. That is not the conviction I was hoping for, but no one else has been able to help, so it will have to do. At your convenience, then. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please, I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
Alright, so it's some guy who's really odd, apparently. The Outlander, as they call him. So he's in the Scholarly Garden, so I'll have to look for him later. Here is a hostel. Oh. Very nice place.
This place reminds me of expensive wine.
It probably would. Enlightened stage. Anything up here worth looking at? Nope. And the Scholarly Gardens must be up here.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence. As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well. Why would you say that? Is that what he told you? I'm sorry, but I simply cannot believe that your Master Li is the glorious strategist. I was too young to know him. I was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire 20 years ago. Now it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed. A wise decision. His hold over my father is nearly absolute. But if we could show conclusive evidence of his crimes, my father would have to listen. I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery. We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting. Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tien's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it. There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion. Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name. Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the Executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as impressive as I do. Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Dongao is closer to the Assassins than he should be. I will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should, discuss how closely we will be working together? A wise preference. No offense intended to your amusing companions. Hello again. I enjoy our little chats, but I don't think any... Meet the Executioner in the arena, or speak with Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about the Inquisitor. Hurry, or you'll lose your chance to help your master. Did you like it? I thought you might want a little assistance. Consider it a small token of my favor. I thank you for your courtesy. A woman always likes to hear when her gifts are appreciated. It is difficult for one of my rank to give gifts, even one so simple as what I gave you. A princess is not normally allowed to show favorites. Better that I give it away before Death's Hand carts it off. He has been quite brazen. Besides, it was mine by birthright to do with as I wish. Must I always be dictated to by tradition, despite my respect for it? Sometimes I want what everyone else has, to be myself. And to be myself, I gave you what I wished. Well, you're polite at least. Most nobles take gifts as a matter of course, especially those from a woman. But the price I may pay for helping you could be greater still. I am destined for the throne, destined to rule the Empire after my father, but that will be meaningless if Death's Hand keeps his hold on my father's mind. I fear one day he may try to interfere with the Imperial succession. Or perhaps convince my father that he should be Emperor by marriage. You forget yourself. You should not try so hard to flatter a princess. The attentions of royalty have their own price. In any case, I would never allow Death's Hand such liberty. I would bite my own tongue before allowing that man to touch me. I'm sorry, I've ruined the mood. We should continue our talk another time. First, we must expose Death's Hand, reveal his treachery and manipulation. I wish you luck.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away.
Don't look at me. I can't do anything right now. Not like this.
We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City.
Ice shard.
Man, they got the egos hurt. And wouldn't people recognize her from her voice?
Storm,
Trying to see how good my hands are. Oh, he's done. And there we go.
This will be a great tragedy.
There are rumors flitting about the city that you seek the attentions of the executioners. These rumors come from the palace itself, leaving me intrigued. You are a novice with no standing in the arena. What makes you think you are of any interest to me? Then show it with your skills, not your mouth. Anyone can talk about their victories. I need people who let actions speak for them. If you were to knock Iron Soldier from his perch as Silver Division champion, I would be impressed. I will be here if you wish to petition me further, but I don't acknowledge anything less than the best. Return when you are worthy, and no sooner.
I want to hear what. Now that you have qualified, I want the very abacuses of heaven to rattle with the name Raging Dragon. So I prepared something memorable. The guards rounded up a group of subhuman things around the great southern forest. We're going to release them into the ring in groups for you. Are you? Excellent.
These monsters crave the flesh of man.
Now, how did they manage to get these guys? At least to the point where they weren't eating themselves. That's quite impressive. Anyway, time to take them out once again.
Storm Dragon. Legendary Strike, Spirit Thief. Ice Storm, and Legendary Strike.
That was a good start to the Bronze Division. Those beasts are far stronger than they look. Next, you're going to step into what we call the Pit of Pain. It's not the most original name, I'll admit, but that's 500 years of tradition for you. The arena floor will be set up with ancient magical devices. They will attempt to fry you to a crisp, much to the crowd's delight. Your job is to stay on your feet for the course of the match while they fling deadly projectiles your way. I'd suggest dodging, but that's just me. Are you ready to get started? Excellent.
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
Alright, this one's annoying me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Trying to find the right place to move and not get hit is not easy. But I definitely have a feel of Longplay.
Fantastic! A test of speed passed with exceptional celery. Now
Your sudden and polite silences are always appreciated, Kui. I have a message for Raging Dragon. Kailan the Serpent has, as promised, been watching you intently. You have impressed him so far, and he is interested to see how you fare in your next match. The Serpent foresees your victory in the next match, and he has backed his prediction with silver. He sincerely hopes that his faith in your skills was not misplaced. That is all. If you will excuse me, I have some people who need to be spoken to.
Ha! Well, I'm certain that won't be a problem for you. Did you have a question for me? Yes, your next fight. There's been a bit of a change in plans. Not that it will affect you too much, of course. It's all part of the traditions of the arena, you see. I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from the guild, you see. As soon as you're ready, you'll be facing him instead of a normal match. I was originally thinking that you'd done well enough to face Crimson Kana for the Bronze Division Championship. Things change when the guild's involved, though. I'm certain it will be a small thing. Best to just finish it now. Are you ready? Excellent.
Many of you are asking yourselves why the Serpent would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes! But does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No! You've all seen the fury and the intense focus of Raging Dragon in the ring. Now, it's time to put these abilities to the test. And so, the Serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you Evil and Terror incarnate.
Oh, a Toad Demon. The boss knows how to fight one of these. This should be interesting.
My body is Ice Shard. Storm Dragon. Spirit Thief. Resist me. Storm Dragon. Resist me.
That was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before. No one questions your skills. That is why you were allowed to fight that beast. I'm convinced that you deserve a shot at Crimson Kana. Your victory has sealed the deal. That reminds me, I was asked to instruct you to talk with Lucky Cho before your next match. He didn't say, and when I asked, he gave me that glare of his. Go, speak with him now. The sooner you do, the sooner I can return you to the ring.
From what I know of them, the Guild doesn't usually conduct business this openly.
Before you face Kana. Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Kana. This is Sweet Poison Lin, a master of the Toxican arts. Lin, this is Raging Dragon, the fighter we discussed.
I know this one by reputation, and that's enough. I trust you'll consider this discussion private and potentially very beneficial.
Crimson Kana's rise to Brown's division champion has been good for business, but she has become troublesome of late. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and she's right. The problem is that she cares. The Serpent and I believe that Kana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the Bronze Champion.
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Kana's drink before the match.
She will be dealt with regardless. Why not benefit from our actions and ensure that her removal is clean?
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild if I were involved.
If you accept, the Guild will cover half of Lin's usual fee. The remaining cost would be roughly half of your winnings from defeating Kana. If that is your choice, then so be it. You may deal with Kana on your own. I strongly advise you not to bring this up to anyone. I hope my point speaks for itself.
This Kana woman would appreciate knowing what you have learned.
Our business is concluded. It is time for you to leave.
Ukir kawuir wo fonir ir karanos. Sayer uyufwis patuyer? Uksayer kuni kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fagita. Uksayer caritas fonir sisayer ir furk tatasier ir karanos sakupono. Uksier watuafu niye froto uso. Wonowiri fuiro tarir noka sisayer na workur tantir. Laka wo nawir sawir sonsi noka uk napir. Narawir woifuir uk sunurk. Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir. Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir.
Yes, I appreciate the attention, but you have things to do. The Executioner wants to see you excel in the arena. If you prefer, you could... Your progress is admirable, but don't become too close to the Lotus Assassins. Their power is seductive. That is how Death's Hand gained influence over my father. After the disappearance of my uncle, Sun Qin, the Hand of Heaven, the Imperial Order of the Lotus Monks was directionless. Instead of taking on that role himself, my father gave it to an advisor, Death's Hand. I was only a baby at the time. I don't know. I have made inquiries, but no one had seen or heard of him before he rose to power. He was like a Lotus assassin even then, hiding in the shadows. Regardless, the Lotus monks were placed in the care of Death's Hand, a duty reserved for royalty. It was almost as if my father took Death's Hand into our family, my family. We have been caretakers of the Empire for generations. We have created a bastion of culture in an otherwise uncivilized world. It is my duty to see that the natural order is preserved. About me? But, I mean, there's so much I've told you already. I really don't think that we need any more information to complete our mission. Oh, well, I suppose I could answer a few questions. Although I'm sure more than enough has been said about me by the peasants or others, I am quite used to defending myself from all quarters. Am I really that way? Perhaps I appear to be, but only because I have no other way to fight what is happening. I care deeply about the traditions of this land. It pains me to go against what I try to protect. What other choice do I have? I hope the people speak of other things, how I try to make things right. How very superficial, yet flattering, coming from you. And... wait, this is further than I thought this conversation would go. This is not proper. I will not allow it. You presume too much. I think we have had quite enough amusement for now. Perhaps we will continue this a little later. I have enjoyed our little talk. I wish you luck.
Until... Are you ready to face Crimson Kana? Excellent.
The challenger for the Bronze Division, Crimson Kana, must fend off Raging Dragon.
I'm glad I did the honorable thing and not poison her. But let's see how good she is.
Storm Dragon.
Ooh, that was a hit right there.
Storm Dragon. Spirit Thief. Storm Dragon.
She is getting work. But she's getting shocked. She can't really move. I can pretty much just have my way and just get at it.
Storm Dragon. Ice Shard. My strength will be victorious. Storm Dragon. Legendary Strike. Storm Dragon. Spirit Thief. Legendary Strike.
Ooh, a last F from her. And dud.
Kana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her from her championship will learn the secrets of her technique.
Vovosaya pinir sokart ayawir.
When you walk the streets and hear your name among the crowds, be sure that your ego does not swell like the body of 11 gaping maw, god of inopportune gluttony.
Wosa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sonsier tuir. Wowo nikfra for wowo. Ukwiro ni sayer tatasier you. Wo nawir sier fu. Sata kwa wir ni wosa wir sawa wira suir cook. Wosa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sonsier tuir. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasieruk. On we pifir. Wono wiri fuiro tarir noka sisayer na workurk tanti. Wosa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sonsier tuirwo. Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir. Tir nik puntuir poir noka uk so.
All right, I got a new style, which is great. I'll try it out the next time I'm in a fight and get some skill points assigned to it as well. All right, so that's all done. So, guys, this episode's pretty much going to wrap up in a moment. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you watch all the way to the end, I appreciate it so much. It's helped me get closer to monetizing my channel, which is something I really want to do. So, in this episode, we did the qualifying round, the bronze championship, won that, prevented someone from getting poisoned, met up with Silk Fox, and next time, let's see if we can go up one level in regards to the arena. So guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you next time.